Morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of NASSCOM, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you, and also to our distinguished panel today. The discussion this morning will be on meeting the challenges in the offshoring of engineering services. That's the topic that's been chosen. We have a lead speaker, which is Vikas Saigal from Booz Allen Hamilton, and we have 4 panel members. Before I introduce them, let me get you a few data points on what this engineering services or the global footprint for engineering business is before we move on to the panel of speakers. Can we have the presentation up on the screen, please? NASSCOM, through its Engineering Services Forum, launched this major initiative in the year 2004 in trying to size the opportunities for India in the engineering services marketplace. We took the help of Booz Allen Hamilton in trying to size this market, in understanding the market in terms of the supply side, the demand side, the eco issues, and several other constituents and stakeholders who are to play a role in order to ensure we could capture a sizable amount of this engineering services marketplace. And collaborating with Booz Allen Hamilton, NASSCOM released a report back in 2005 October, which definitely brought a tremendous amount of visibility to the opportunity that is facing India in the engineering services marketplace. And at that point of time, it was estimated to be anywhere between $35 to $40 billion by 2020. That was a very large canvas. It's talking about several areas, several different verticals, which would give us this opportunity. For today's discussion, we thought we'll limit it to one particular vertical, and that's limiting it to the auto industry. I need to press something to forward this. Yeah. Can I move one more slide? Yeah. So if you look at this slide that we have, this talks about the $35 to $40 billion opportunity, but interestingly, it also talks about the mid-year reviews that we have. We think by 2012, the opportunity is more in the range of about $13 billion. Currently, we think we're doing more in the range of about $4 billion. And this is largely constituted, as the original report itself said, by different market segments or different verticals. One of the largest ones, of course, was the high technology consumer medical electronic devices. That's all to do with high tech. But the second largest was the auto industry. And as I said, today the focus is more in the auto industry segment. If we move to the next slide, if you look at today's India's positioning and also the opportunity in the IT industry itself, the $35 to $40 billion engineering services, we think about $7 to $9 billion out of that is all from the auto industry. And we've also, this is again some of the information that I got from Booz Allen Hamilton. It also talks about the country positioning, the competitor situation, and several other factors. And finally, we think that the opportunity is just not limited to mechanical, but it's also substantially large electronics opportunity is there in front of us in the auto industry. So primarily what I'm projecting is that there is the $40 billion opportunity, but out of that, a fairly large amount of which, $7 to $9 billion, is auto industry. Auto consists of both mechanical and electronics. And in the auto industry at this point of time, we do have some pluses and some negatives. So we thought it was important that we have a perspective from some of the vendors who have been in India, some of the large reputed multinationals, who have already worked in India for several years to share their experiences with us. So for the panel today, we have four speakers. Tom Watson from Arvind Meteor, Anil Verma from Delphi, Alok Kumar from Johnson Controls, and Praveen Goyal from TRW Automotive. I'll do a very brief introduction of all the five speakers, starting with the lead speaker and then the panelists. And the format would be, we would have Vikas, who is the lead speaker for today, speaking for about 10 minutes. And each one of the panelists also would do a presentation for no more than 5 minutes, so that we will have at least about 20 to 25 minutes left for a Q&A. I think Vikas does not really require much of introduction. He's been in India in several different forums, helping out NASSCOM. As I said, he was the key person who was involved in developing the Busan and NASSCOM report, citing the opportunity for India in the engineering services market. Vikas currently heads the India operations for Busan and Hamilton, and he will physically move, that's what he promises me, to India fairly soon. So welcome to India again, Vikas, and thank you for coming all the way from US to participate with us today. The other four panelists that we have are, will go in the order of, the alphabetical order of their companies, I believe. The first will be Tom Watson, who is the Vice President Engineering of Arvind Meteor. Tom is the Vice President Engineering and Technical Planning within Arvind Meteor's Light Vehicle Systems, LVS business group. In this position, he's responsible for leading the global engineering team charged with transforming Arvind Meteor into a leading global systems integration company. Tom comes with about 18 years of past experience with Ford. He was named as Engineer of the Year by Design News. Outstanding credentials he has. He has got an MBA from University of Michigan and a bachelor's from University of Illinois. He serves on the board of IAB, a leading German engineering services firm. The second panelist is Anil Verma, Dr. Anil Verma, who is the global director for engineering at Delphi. And Anil currently is the Director of Engineering and Manufacturing Strategy at Delphi and is responsible for leading the development of Delphi's global engineering footprint. And in 1997, he was appointed as the Head of Engineering in Delphi in India. Dr. Verma is a graduate from IIT Delhi and has a master's and PhD from Duke. The third panelist is Alok Kumar, Director Global Engineering at Johnson Controls, and Alok currently leads Engineering Operations and COE and Building Efficiency Group in Johnson Controls Inc. Before heading some of these current responsibilities, Alok brings with him about 17 years of automotive experience from the Johnson Control Group. He had several positions in Johnson Control Group, and Alok holds an MBA from University of Chicago, a PhD in mechanical engineering from University of Houston, and he has a bachelor's and master's from IIT Kanpur. The last panelist, the fourth in the list, is Praveen Goyal. Praveen Goyal is from TRW Automotive, under large player in India. He is the Global Director of Continuous Improvement at TRW. He is responsible for Six Sigma, BFFS, Test and Validation, Engineering Services, and Configuration Management. Was also the Chief Engineer at TRW and the Manager for Steering and Linkages. He was with Ford prior to joining TRW. Praveen holds a BS from IIT Delhi, and he has a PhD in Industrial Engineering from Wayne State University. I'd like to again extend a warm welcome to the panel, and without losing any more time, I would now request our lead speaker, Vikas, to make his presentation. Thank you.